So, Assassin's Creed Shadows, is it a hit or not? What do you reckon, Bo? Do you reckon this is a hit or not? I know you don't actually know anything about it, but I think it'd just be funny to ask.
Well, it's properly out now.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's properly out.
It's been out for a week, two?
About a week and a half.
Yeah, I guess it's been about a week.
They had an early release.
Right. Enough for thousands of people to buy it and have a go and write what they think on the internet somewhere. Right. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I have heard a small amount on the grapevine that it is sort of as bad as people feared it might be. I mean, essentially, if these games ever changed, I've said a number of times, I really like Assassin's Creed 2 and 3. But it's the same game. It's the same thing. It's the same level. Enjoyable, but it is very same. Because I haven't played any since that one. Well, there was a game when it was a pirate ship one. Didn't play that, and anything beyond that haven't played. You tell
Black
me,
Flag
is it still the same thing?
Black Flag was pretty good.
Yeah, the pirate ship game that you're talking about was Black Flag. It was probably the best of the series. And before they killed off the main protagonist who everybody enjoyed, Desmond. So
kill the character off.
So, but what I was trying to ask is more not necessarily where it's set or the graphics or the narrative, but just
it's gone backwards. The graphics are poorer now.
Oh no, I was going to say
a lot of there, but that's and the character models are not even paid attention to. The NPCs don't always look right. It still suffers from glitches that they should have solved 3 generations ago with this series. The narrative storytelling is terrible. The giant number of cutscenes that it relies on in its first 3 hours of gameplay are just underwhelming, and also have terrible music choices. Like, for example, surf rock from the 60s and 70s have invaded the action scene, kind of like they're trying to remake Kill Bill or something like that in the first action cutscene that you have.
What I was going to ask was not necessarily all of that, but where the game is, you run towards a wall or an obstacle. Like, what is it? You hold down right trigger, and the character just sort of automatically runs up and does parkour stuff up a wall. Is it still just that? Right, that's the game.
No, I mean,
is there anything more to it than that?
Well, they've got different goals, combat styles. They now have added gear. They've turned it into a single player RPG that has to be constantly online so that they can collect microtransactions. The parkour is still, especially in this game, the parkour is incredibly important, but it serves the purpose in Japan, feudal Japan, especially when you're mounting the castles and things like that. The combat has evolved in a different way in this particular version of the game, but this is still not as well received and or appreciated as the last one, Valhalla, was. So there's that.
And I saw a couple gamers reviewing it that didn't really care about the inaccuracies of the historical stuff and the political stuff, and they were saying just the gameplay itself was just bad. Like the controls, like when you're trying to control your character, it just feels real laggy and forced, and even like just the jumping movements, just basic stuff. They said the gameplay just was not good at all. There's a lot of people that have got refunds.
To do then, basically.
Yeah.
Well, you've played it, haven't you, Culture?
Yeah.
So what do you think of the game overall?
I think the gameplay is rough. I think that the change in the controls with left stick, right stick, very individualized things overcomplicates what should be a normally simple operation. The fact that you have to be, comparatively the same level as a character that, you could assassinate, because if you try to assassinate a larger character, even though an assassination move would guarantee a death, it doesn't let you do that. So there's a lot of they've overcomplicated the game and the friend or foe part of it. there's as much as I like a giant open world game, this one is a pain in the ass to navigate. The additional mini games that are included are like, something that a little girl on a mobile game would appreciate. You get to paint a fuzzy little animal for some fucking reason.
What?
Trying to complete this with like 100% trophy is going to be so tedious and unappealing. I don't think many people will do it. I mean, you will have to be the most anal retentive human on the planet to go about trying to, because the painting, the other elements that are in this game are just so off-putting. It's not like going around in Black Flag and collecting the sea shanties, which actually have, some value in the game. The music is out of place everywhere in this, so far anyway.
Well,
I mean, I can go on forever. This game has major problems.
Please don't.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Basically, people are trying to say it's a hit because they're like, Assassin's Creed.
It's Paul Tassi.
What? I'm not
it's
saying
Paul Tassi writing
it's
this. He's a complete
shill.
shill.
It's a hit. No, stop. He didn't say it's a hit.
Okay.
I didn't say he said it. I said Assassin's Creed. It said it's a hit. So you've got these idiots over on Twitter. Assassin's Creed, 4.7 million followers, if you can believe that, Bo.
Bots.
And they blocked me. I don't even know why I'm blocked.
Because you're a big meanie face. You're a big meanie face.
Yeah,
they've heard about
I think
you.
I probably commented on one of their pictures of Yasuke and was like,
"Yeah, no, you were just appreciating the BBC or BBS, excuse me."
That is remarkable, even for bots. 4.7 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, it's a long and storied franchise.
Yeah, I know, but that's a lot. It feels like a lot.
They're trying to claim that it's a massive success. Where was it? Here you go. 2 million players. 2 million players, guys.
Nobody believes that.
Players. They didn't say 2 million sales, though, did they? It's convenient, that, isn't it? That is super convenient. And so what this article does is basically just break it down, is that, 2 million doesn't equal 2 million sales. In terms of how this is going, is this a massive success for Ubisoft? The answer is effectively no. It's not a hit. And it's not a hit for a few reasons, primarily because people comparing it and being like, well, look, it's the highest, it's doing way better than any Assassin's Creed game ever. And you're like, yeah, okay, maybe that's the case. But if you're looking at the stock, you're not going to convince me that this is a hugely successful company. All right, you're just not. From their peak to now, that you're not getting this back. Like, you are never getting this back from their highs of like 84 euro. That's just not happening. And so for this game to be considered a hit, it has to do significantly more than bumping the stock price up $1, a euro, $1, euro, right? Like, the company itself is in dire straits. You can't sit there and claim, well, it's the best out of any of the games. It's doing the best out of any of the games. Okay, that's fine. But the company was in a better position when it was releasing those games before. This game had to be a huge smash hit success for this to be considered, a successful game overall. Because the company's in, I mean, it's done. Like, this is a dead company.
Yeah,
you're not coming back from this. Like, oh, good, excellent. I mean, what is this? This is awful.
Well, it's not great, and it's likely to go down again. And I will tell you this: they're projecting that the subscriber service that's artificially lifting this game to the heights that they're claiming have somewhere around 1.8 to 2 million subscribers for Ubisoft Plus, which is $17 a month. So many of those quote unquote 2 million players that could be playing this game may be playing this game. but probably not. And those claims are kind of specious because of that. So the fact that they're willing to go out there and say there's 2 million players, there's not 2 million sales, as you pointed out. And you also pointed out the right thing. This company needs an enormous game to save itself or be saved. It ain't going to happen.
No.
So funny. I know you can't really comment. Nope. No, go on.
I should say, I've always thought it's the most obvious and rankest false economy to try and inflate your figures in any way. Like to try and diddle the numbers in any way, like buying seats in the cinema, or whatever, or paying bots, or getting influence, paying off influencers to shill something, or trying to be dishonest about the numbers in any way. It's just, as I say, a false economy. The thing will, whatever it is, the thing will live and die on its own merits.
Yep.
And people can lie about it one way or the other, but the thing will live and die on its own. So it's just pointless to try and lie to people that it's good if it's not good. Seems so obvious.
Well, Bo, you're a former finance guy, and I follow all this stuff pretty closely. When I'm looking at these numbers, and we've shown you the chart over the last 5 years, this is a steady progression downward for this company.
Mm-hmm.
It did elevate a little bit, about 6%, but a dollar, as Nate pointed out, isn't going to change the fate of this company as far as its stock earnings. And revenues, will be tracked in the gaming industry by net units. It's a unit income based system. So I don't anticipate this is going to do much except for maybe in the first quarter that this game is released, which I think actually is the first quarter of their fiscal year. Or maybe this is the fourth quarter currently. But what I'm going to say is, after that, this is done, and they have nothing on the horizon. There are no games that I am aware of, and mind you, I have a gaming channel, so I try to pay attention, that are coming out from this company.
That's bad, isn't it?
God, Nick, could you go on the Max tab again?
Yeah.
On the Max tab. Yeah, so that's okay. So it looks like it was overinflated in 2016.
Oh yeah,
onwards.
through 2000.
It looks like it was overpriced or inflated at that point. But nonetheless, this is regardless of that. This is a terrible, terrible chart. It's basically it's already dead. If you're an investor, you're a professional investor, and you've just got a portfolio of money. You can buy, in essence, whatever you want. And the idea is, unless you're shorting it, which is actually something else entirely, but you're just hoping that you're looking for something that's undervalued, and you'll buy it. You'll golden hands it. You'll hold on to it for a long time, significant time. You're not just trading in and out during minutes or days. You're going to hold on to something, value investing. You're going to buy something that you think is undervalued, and its true value will become apparent, and you'll make money. Anyone that's doing that, most professional investors, in other words, most fund managers, they'll look at Ubisoft and say, not in a month of Sundays. No way. That is toxic dog shit. Thank you very much. No, I'm not touching that with a barge pole. So, yeah, I mean, they're done. I would imagine they're done. Harsh, but there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, that's what I was going to say. I know you don't obviously know about the game specifically, but I wanted to get your opinion on all of this, and you're just giving it anyway. So, yeah. Nick, you're a bit of a gamer. What's your take on all of this?
So I'm actually going through Stellar Blade at the moment, and that game is freaking awesome. But yeah, this game is garbage. It's a complete failure. I don't know if you guys saw the Aspen Gold Usake simulator that he played, where they're like, this is historically accurate, and it's like the black samurai riding a bike, driving a car, getting guns.
AK-47.
Yeah. And that game, that simulator on Steam is actually doing better than
Is it
Shadow.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That
Is
game's
that-
actually doing better than on Steam right now than the actual Assassin's Creed Shadows game. It's trash. This company's trash. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point in time this year we hear them either selling off or filing for bankruptcy. I mean, it's one failure after another. First it was Outlaws. Now this game, I mean, it's been years since they put out a good game. Just one failure after another. Go woke, go broke.
So bad, so bad. So funny though. Did it to themselves. They did it to themselves.
Yeah.
Got a super chat here. Hemorrhoid Hurts says, I watched Cece leveled up Neo to a 9-inch tongue and she can breathe through her ears. What a tiger. All right then. Your super chats, man. They suck. I hate you so much. Make me read out this crap.
Culture, you're actually playing this game, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, we just had a breakdown from him before you came back, buddy.
And it is one of the it's trying. I'll just put it that way. There are some intriguing parts of it that could be enjoyable. The problem is sorting through the muck that is the garbage that they inserted. And I care about the story. I actually cared about the original story before they went mucking about with, lesbians or us. So getting really tired of that shit in this game. So.
Dear, oh dear. Right, anyway, let's move on from this. Got some other super chats here real quick.